Welcome in, everybody. Today we're doing a bit of a deep dive. We're not doing a build. We're going to talk about the good and the bad of Stadium. And I have some critiques, and then I have some feedback. I'm not just going to shit on it. I don't want to take a dump on the game. I actually love Stadium, so I'm going to talk about why I love it, and the things that suck, and what I hope to see fixed. First, pros. It's a breath of fresh air. The third person, the builds, different directions a character can go, skill expression in different ways, sometimes less, but just the variation and the freshness of the game is one of my favorite parts. Second, and just more dialed into the third person perspective, I love Overwatch, and I've always loved Overwatch, and I love the heroes, and being able to see my favorite heroes in third person like this, just being able to see him in third person, it makes me enjoy my character differently. I've always been a Lucio fan, a Zen fan, and an Ana fan. Fortunately, in Stadium, I can play all those characters. The perspective is so cool. Another pro, and it's kind of a con too, but having rounds and it just not being one game, but having different maps and different rounds kind of makes it feel like a whole experience, which sometimes can be very negative because you can go for a whole long ass ride of just defeat, right? One, and then get 4 rounded, right? Win 1, then they win 4, or you win 3 and then they win 4. It can be miserable, but I think at the same time it feels like a different experience. It feels like a whole experience, and it feels bigger. I don't know if that makes sense, but I like that. And I like that the builds feel balanced. There's some builds that obviously don't work as well as others, but in general the builds feel pretty good. And there's things that I think that they could decrease, and obviously they will. We'll see it, especially because we're going into the new season. We'll see how that goes. Cons, there's glitches up the ass, dude. There's so many glitches. There's T-poses, or not really T-poses, but like characters getting stuck standing up while they're dead, right? They're already back. Oh, sometimes they're back from the lobby. They're running back to the point, and their body's still standing there. Kill cam glitches, dude. The kill cam glitches are so bad sometimes that I can't even tell who's cheating or if somebody is cheating. They're shaky and they're all over the place. Soldiers, I'd noticed that Soldier 76 and Kiriko are extra bad. There's glitches everywhere. There was loading glitches between rounds. Sometimes you couldn't load your perks or powers. This is a big critique, and this is honestly one of the things I dislike the most. We have 7 maps. Someone correct me. We only have a handful of maps. All the maps that they have, except a couple, at least one, are literally just maps cut into roughly half, or control point. We need more maps, dude. There's no reason for us to be playing the same handful of maps over and over and over, especially when most of them are just push points that are cut literally at the ends. Like just spawn points are pushed closer, right? Or control maps. We could have every single control map, and I don't think it would be that difficult to code or to add. And I also don't think it like enriches the experience to get those later. Like we should just have a bunch now, and then they can add some later. That's a big critique, dude. Another big critique. Stadium was a massive addition to the game. A massive addition. There was so much momentum around this cool idea and this new way to play Overwatch, and I feel like they just dropped the ball with momentum. Less and less momentum, less and less talk about it, less and less focus. Really, me and my friend were like, dude, this might be the future of Overwatch in the beginning, but they should have coddled it harder. Because I feel like the queues are representative of it just not being as popular right now. And that brings up the next point. Minor critique. I mean, minor maybe bigger to some. Support queues are atrocious. Support queues are abysmal. We're talking 10 minutes most of the time minimum. Sometimes 20 minutes. Sometimes it goes forever. They're long, dude. You can't just casually queue for support. And another big critique is just bad matchmaking. There's no MMR or any factor determining who your teammates are or who the enemy is. It's such a crapshoot that the games you get rolled are so miserable. You just have to sit there and get took. You get rolled over, and it's brutal. And that's all matchmaking. I mean, they could tweak it, and I think there's things they could do, but it's just nothing right now. From what we understand, there's no matchmaking. It takes away from the ranked experience, and it also takes away from the value of the game sometimes. When it's either you or your teammate or the enemy is just dominating the lobby, it's felt really hard. All right, pros and cons are done. There's probably more, but I feel like that's really the bulk of them. I'd be a hater if I didn't say what I hope to see fixed and give like feedback or give my thoughts and just shit on it. But I'm not trying to shit on it because I love this game mode. What I hope to see fixed is more maps and characters. Big bursts. I want to see those bigger bursts. Characters would be great. Maps should be a given. Get rid of the bugs and the T-poses. Dude, the dead body standing up is crazy. And the kill cam, fix those. And this is something I didn't mention, but I feel like they feel locked into just having 9 powers. Is it 9, right? No, 12. They feel locked into having 1 page of powers, and I feel like they could easily not swap them out and just add another page. Maybe slowly add to the other page, but at this point, like, we don't need to stay bound to just this page, and I feel like they're gonna do that. And then last, matchmaking will get fixed if we add a quick play. Just add a quick play version of this. Let people try out builds casually, and then give comp real matchmaking. And the Stadium would thrive, dude. It would be so much better. Just with these changes, it would be so much better. Those are my thoughts on the current state of Stadium. Let me know what you think. I think it's in an okay place, but I think it could be in such a better place if they just made small tweaks and put a little bit more focus into it. But let me know what you you think. I work hard on this content, so any support is appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.